So now the point that we're going to talk about today is the fifth point of the yoga lifestyle. So you know, the first is that do your asana, pranayama, diet, relaxation, and the last point is about positive thinking and meditation. So that's what we are talking about today. So when we talk about positive thinking, meditation, we talk about the mind. Okay? So why we need to understand how the mind works in order for you to have a peaceful life and happy life. Yeah, and a positive life. So this is the point. So when we talk about meditation, we talk about the mind. We talk about the control of the mind, because it is said that all diseases comes from the mind first, and all unhappiness comes from the mind. And when I talk about the mind, I talk also about the emotions. So I'm going to go through the basic of what the mind is in order for you to know the basic of how to turn the negative thoughts to the positive thoughts. Okay? So the first thing is a teacher of yoga 2000 years ago, Patanjali Maharishi, he said, Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha means yoga is the controlling, if you like, of all the mental thought waves. Yoga is the annihilation or the calming down of all mental thought waves, called the vritti, or the mental thought waves. So we have to think of the mind like a lake with waves. So constantly there are waves in the lake. And this is a very nice analogy. When you look into the lake and you want to see a picture of yourself and there are the waves, then you have a distorted vision of yourself. So that's the whole point of yoga. Okay? That's it. Yoga about that. There's nothing else. It just means that you come into this life with a certain mental precondition. Yeah? Condition. And then you use that mind, which is your instrument, to function in this life, to take decision, to have relationship, to work on a job, and to have a quality of life. And that mind is not give you a reading of reality. That mind is distorted. It has its preference. It has its likes and dislikes, its weakness and strength, its habits and its conditioning. And that is the whole cause of your misery. So yoga comes to the point of it and says that you need to calm the mind down. Let the thought waves become more calm. When the thought waves become more calm, then you'll be able to have a more even picture of life, more clear picture of yourself, and then life will be less up and down, less eventful and less dramatic, and you have some peace of mind. You'll be able to see through the waves and the distortions. So that's the whole idea. And then Patanjali Maharishi says some other thing. They say, if not, if the mind is not calm, if there are thought waves in the mind that is due to the distractions and due to the mental precondition, then you will lose yourself. They say, you will identify yourself with the thoughts. That's what it says. You identify yourself with the thoughts. What that means? It means that you will lose yourself in whatever you're thinking about. Okay? So if you think of your husband, then you lose yourself in the husband. Yeah? If you think of chocolate cake, then you lose yourself in the chocolate cake. Yeah? If you think of jealousy of the neighbor, then you lose yourself in that jealousy scenes, with the neighbor. Whatever you think about is what you will lose yourself about. Whatever you think about is that's what will be dictating your life. You depend on what you think about. See, so that's a very serious teaching. That means that you would have to be very much careful about what you think about. So the whole yoga teaching is about that. To sort out your mind and try to figure out how we think and what we think, and how to build up the good thoughts and how to let go of the negative thoughts. It's quite amazing that the whole thing about life and its complications come down to that one thought, come down to that one understanding. Okay? You get that? You get that one, then we can continue. Yeah, so the idea is the mind is like a lake with waves. And we try to make the lake mind as calm as possible. And then one thing we understand also is the mind just keep jumping around. Okay, so we said it's like jumping like a monkey mind, jumping. This thought, that thought, this thought, that thought, this thought, that thought. Yeah, in a, who knows, in an hour you sit down and you see how much thought there in mind, and they are disorganized. They are back and forth and this and that and all over the place. Okay. So the more that the mind is jumping, then the more that you'll be restless and unhappy. Because you lose yourself in all the different things and you cannot make sense out of anything. So that's why it is said that you need to not only calm that mind, but you need to concentrate the mind that is very distracted by nature, like a monkey mind. Okay, so that's why the whole theory and teaching on concentration of mind, to have peace and to have positive thinking. You need to just concentrate the mind. So if the mind is not feeling good, what do? Concentrate. What that means? Go and find something your mind likes to do and do it. That's it. Is it clear? So let's say you like computer work. Yeah. And let's say that you feel sad because it's rainy and then you miss your girlfriend, whatever. What do you do then? Go and do computer work. Concentrate that mind. That's it. And you feel already better. Okay? A simple solution. But people do the opposite. That means when they don't feel good, they allow their mind to wander around. More distraction. They pick this and they drop that and they do this and they go here and they go there and they talk about this and that. So that makes them even more distracted and more unhappy. So the key in yoga is it's not really what you think about, but the concentrated state of mind that is important. Okay? So this is another very, very important point of yoga. How to keep the mind strong. I mean, it's not moving. When the mind is strong, it can focus and then it doesn't jump here, there. Yeah? How to keep the mind concentrated. And the job of everyone is to do that. Whatever you do, whatever job you do, doesn't matter, just concentrate the mind. Once you understand this is how you're going to be happy or peaceful, then, whatever you do doesn't matter. You know that you just are working on the mind. Is it okay? But the mind always come with some idea. You see, that's the problem. If I'm going to do this, I'll be feeling better. If I'm going to be with that person, I'll be feeling better. But these are all the excuses of the mind. Yeah. That always lead you into some kind of story or some kind of distraction. Yeah. But the yogic teachings say no. Doesn't matter what you do. Just focus. You wash the dishes, wash the dishes. You just focus there. So that moment when you are focusing, then you are more uh, together. You are more in the present. And that's how you get peace of mind. Okay? So then you also, when you try to do this, you also see that the mind is very difficult to handle. Very difficult to tell what to do. Because you say, okay, I'm going to do yoga, and the mind says, no, I'm going to cook something in the kitchen. And then the mind will always say something else. And you need to do something else. So that is called unruly. Yeah? The mind has its own habits. Yeah? Instead of waking up and meditate, we will see now, because now the satsang with me is 6 a.m. We lose 2/3 of our students. 6 a.m. How many people wake up 6 a.m.? Yeah. So we see. But that's what it is. Yeah. You would have to be the master of the mind instead of the mind be your master. That's the whole point. Yeah. So you would, whatever you say, and the mind say, okay, follow. Yeah. And that is a very good achievement when the mind is not contradicting you and it is your faithful instrument. Okay? Then it's very powerful. The mind is something good. It's not something that it's just you need to know how to use it. Okay? And then you need to know also that the mind is very tricky. Yeah? Because it's all the time plotting things and doing things and, how do you say that, wallowing in some kind of past hurt, past drama, and you cannot get it out. It has its own thing, yeah, its own stories that it fabricated, and you cannot even tell. Okay? So that's why, in order for you to be positive and to meditate and to be able to gear your life, to the right direction, then you need to be able to be aware of the mind. Be aware of what is going on. When the mind is ruminating about something, ruminating is like, I don't know, it's like the cow that eat the grass and then it throw back out again and it chew it again. Keep chewing the same thing. Yeah, so it's like that. So our mind is not clear. It cannot solve anything. It cannot solve problem. It cannot see clearly. It's just chewing on thoughts that are useless to us. Okay, so uh, it's important that we be aware of that. If you have the presence of mind, to be aware that the thought that you are chewing right now is not helpful for you. And it's already things of the past, things that you cannot do anything about, and then you are wasting your energy thinking about it. So it's much better that you let go of it and you concentrate on something that is positive, that is now, that make you feel better. Okay? So then the awareness of what's going on in the mind is the most important thing. And that's trainable. It's something that you can work on, that you can develop. The capacity to watch the thoughts in the mind and to be able to know it, identify it, and to be able to switch it. Okay? Because if not, then it's difficult. You cannot really govern your mind. Okay? And then the mind will just keep taking in more things that are, because, that's how it works. If it doesn't switch into something, then it just keeps being pulled down by some other thoughts. Sometimes you feel that it's not right for you to think about this, but you cannot stop it. You just keep, you keep being pulled. So that's why awareness is number one. Awareness, but it's also you need to practice, because you can be aware that this is not a good habit for me to do, to think about or to do, and yet you cannot change. And you keep go back to that same habit, the same habit of thought. So that's why yoga has many techniques how to help you to do that. Okay? So you need to be aware also that the mind is made of thoughts. What you call your mind is just your thoughts. And your thought is, the way how it works is, one thought creates an impression in the mind, and then it keeps repeating the second time, the third time, then the groove or the channel or the habit of thought become deeper. And when it becomes deeper, it becomes real. That's all. It's not because that thought is better than another. It's just that thought becomes more real because it's deeper, because the habit of it. Okay? Like the habit, even the destructive habit of drinking, of smoking, it's just a habit. Or the destructive habit of thinking negatively about you, or thinking negatively about others. These are mental habits. So you need to replace the negative thought with the positive thought. That's all. Yeah, you know that the mind works with habits, and So you just need to replace. Okay? So that's one very good technique in yoga. The moment that you think of something and you already identify your habit of thinking, negative thinking, you can write it down, that habit of negative thinking. You can rewrite it, a positive affirmation, something that is positive, and then you use the positive affirmation and you keep repeating it. Then the groove of the positive affirmation become much stronger than your negative habit of thinking. Okay? So replace the habit. So the moment you want to smoke the cigarette or drink or you want to, curse someone or you become negative about something, you need to switch. The moment you notice that, you just switch into a positive thought, which you can create a list. You can create a list of positive thoughts. Yeah, for example, I am love and I love everyone. I understand everyone has their own challenge. I forgive myself and others. Uh, Everything happens all the time for the best. Like this, these kind of positive thoughts. And the moment your mind goes into that negative thoughts, you switch into the positive habits. Okay? It takes some work from you to figure out what kind of habitual negative thoughts that you have. So you need to write it down. You need to do some, you need to put some energy in order for you to study your mind. Yeah. So stop this idea that my mind is the way how it is and that's it. No, you are using this very powerful tool that would make you, become the idea that you want to become, or it will destroy you if you are not aware. So the very important thing is to be uh, loving yourself enough to take care of your mind. Don't think that your mind is something that 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 is the way how it is. No, it's like the muscle. You can train your muscle. You train your body become more fit, so you can train your mind become more fit. And that's in the number one, actually. People don't have the habit and they don't have the interest to take care of their thoughts and their mind, which is very amazing thing. They worry about the news and what this person, this star movie or this prime minister or whatever is saying, but they don't worry about what they are thinking. So the first thing you need to do is to take the time to watch your thoughts. Be aware of your thoughts. Write down, like I said, all the negative tendency, bad habit of thinking. If you are not sure that it's bad habits, you can consult, you can talk to friends and figure out that actually it's not helpful for me to keep thinking like this. Right? And then you can just literally, you can just change that thought, writing it down, and then you can take the time to repeat it. The moment, I can give many examples. The moment your mind thinks, oh, I'm not worth it, I cannot do this, I'm depressed, nobody take care, nobody care, I live or I die, nobody care, I become depressed, I don't know what to do with my life. This kind of thoughts is plenty. If you look in your mind 24 hours or 12 hours, then you see this kind of thought is plenty, occupy a lot of space in your mind. And these are not helpful thoughts because it keep you in the same place. It keep you, how you say that, stumping in the same place. Go around, around, around in your life. It doesn't open up something else new. And who is the one that will help you? Only you can help you. See, because nobody understands what's going on in your mind. And then if you wait for things to come, then it's random. Sometimes things come and pick you out and you feel inspired and then it drops and then that's it, you are in the same place. So you need to proactively work on your mind. Yeah, you need help. There are people that is trained to help you, so you can ask for help. So, okay, so changing the negative habits of the mind. And then yoga science, which is a science of positive thinking and meditation, says that your mind is too fast. The mind is too powerful, it's too fast. You need to, and you cannot do anything about it because it's too fast, too powerful. Yeah, the thought is so fast that you can't even catch it. Yeah. I remember somebody donate to the ashram a sports car one time. Nice, very slick sports car. And one girl, she's learning how to drive. But the real bad idea is that that car, it sit in the parking lot and donated. We did not actually do the change of paper. We did not do anything. So she thought, I can use it for learning lesson, driving lesson. It's a very bad idea. Because it's a sports car. That means it's very fast, very powerful. So the car just being parked there near to the house. And the first thing she did is she climbed in there and she started the car and boom, they go straight into the house. Because it's much faster than any other car. It's so sensitive. Yeah. So she just crashed the new car. Somebody. So what that means? It means that the mind can be so fast. And some people you have to study, yeah, about your mind, see how fast your mind can be. And then some people are super, super, super sensitive. Yeah. And you have to learn to actually deal with that sensitivity for a long, 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 long time before you know how to control that impulsive mind. So then, you would have to slow down the thoughts. That's the key. How to slow down the thought to understand what's going on. Otherwise, you jump up together and then you are, you feel completely lost and you don't know why. So you need to slow down the thoughts. So how do you slow down the thoughts? You say, thoughts slow down. It won't slow down. So how do you do it? So the science of yoga tell you that to slow down your thought, you slow down your body. And you slow down your breath. That's what they say. So that's they devise this whole asana system, yeah, to slow down the thought. What that means? If you take a yoga class, 1 hour and a half, how many thoughts there are in there? Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Very little thoughts. Yeah. So it's devised to be like that in order for you to slow down your thoughts. Then you can identify. You can say, oh, okay, I feel so bad because of these 3 thoughts. So the mind is like this fast spinning fan that you need to slow down. So you can see there's only three blades. So then you can do something about it. Okay. So slow down your thoughts by doing asanas. And why we don't want to do this? Because your mind say, oh, it's boring. Yeah. because it wants to go here, there, do this, do that, do this, that, and now slow down, inhale, exhale. The mind doesn't like it. But actually, it's very necessary for you to do so in order for you to come back to something healthy. That you can, healthy means you be able to control the mind instead of the mind controlling you. So, the other important technique is the breath. The yogis found out, yeah, the breath is directly related to the emotions and the mind. So it's very difficult to control the emotions and the thoughts, but you can control the breath. Then it controls the mind. Control means balancing, harmonizing. So the pranayama techniques or the breathing exercise that you are learning, yeah, is a very positive way to switch any negative thoughts in the mind, any feeling of distraction, of confusion, of worry. Switch that into a certain calmness and certain uh, balanced state. Okay? So you just need to learn a few breathing techniques, and then you do it. You do it systematically, and then you discover how powerful it is, how it's really best remedy, yeah, to calm the mind and to change the thoughts. Instead of so many other things that you grasp in order to calm your mind. Yeah, some people grasp a cigarette to calm their mind. Some people grasp drugs to calm their mind. Some people, take, uh, go to therapists to calm their mind. But you just have to sit down and do pranayama. Okay. So, and also the mind is very related to the senses. So the yogis, they advise you not to stir up your mind too much with too much sensual stimulation, because it's more difficult to deal with. If you excite your mind too much, it's more difficult to calm the mind. Okay, so then if your peace of mind is so important for you, yeah, because that's your happiness, then you would regulate your lifestyle so it's more calm. So it's allowed you to have more control of your mind. Okay? So in order for you to be positive, it's very simple. It's okay, translation okay?
Bị rớt rồi.
Want to use my phone? Okay, just a moment, please. Technical difficulty for translation.
Rồi Swami nói tiếp đi, con chuyển cho con dịch tạm xong rồi mọi người vẫn tiếp tục được.
What's going on?
Bây giờ con dịch.
Ai rồi?
Priya.
Oh, okay. So we continue.
Bây giờ mình sẽ tiếp tục.
I'm giving you here a list of things to do to become positive.
Giờ sẽ cho mọi người có cái
And to be aware. And from that you can, we call meditate. Okay? So meditation is a techniques that you can learn that is a very, how to say that, focus on helping you to go straight to the goal of peace. But first you need to understand all these things in order for you to actually make the steps for meditation. So, okay, so I said a few things important. Always calm the mind, always focus the mind, replace the negative thought pattern into positive thought pattern. Know that the mind is always very fast, so you need to slow it down. Yeah, controlling the mind by controlling the breath. It's like there's waves in the lake. You cannot control the waves, but you can control the wind around the lake, that there is no waves. Okay? And I said also that be interested in studying the mind. Okay? So limit, less information, keep a life simple, less information, less everything, so you have a chance to even see what is going on. If your life is very complicated, slow down. So go to a yoga retreat like this, and everything is very simple. Life is very simple. Somebody asking us, you know, why you're so slow here? Right? So I said that we are low tech. We're low technology, but we are high tech in terms of the mind. So keep the life simple. Okay? It doesn't mean that you are not progressing in life. It's just you are very smart by doing so. If your life become more complicated, it's more out of control. You go in which direction you don't know. Okay? So the smartest thing to do is keep your life simple. And then, okay, so we talk about do asanas, do pranayama, do concentration, turning inward, less sensual stimulation. Yeah. And then we talk about also be aware that negative thoughts or positive thoughts do not come alone. What that means? That you need to be aware that thoughts always, they gang up together. They come together. You think of this, you think of this, you think of this, you think of this. Yeah? By association. So if you, let's say you have plenty of negative thoughts about somebody, and you're stuck in that negative thoughts, your own negative thoughts, and you always think it's about the other person. It's not about the other person. It's about you that allow your mind to go into these negative grooves. And it may be since about a long time. So you are stuck. You are the one that are stuck. And you blame somebody, but you are the one that are stuck. And you are the only one that can get yourself free from it. Because you cannot expect somebody to change behavior. You are the one that need to change behavior in order to free yourself, because you love yourself. You expect somebody to love you? No, you love yourself first. So you are the one that take care of yourself first. So then you need to switch the negative thoughts or feeling towards something positive. And how do you do this? Because you know how thoughts come in a gang. You think of something, you think of something, you think of something else. So if you have negative thoughts about somebody, you know that this is not just only one thought. Yeah, it's 100 thoughts about that person. Oh, I remember she did this. I remember he did this. This day that I did this, and that did this, and I'm afraid of this, and that's afraid of that. And then this will happen again, again. So you're stuck. Okay? So what you need to do is, with all these negative thoughts gang up together, you need to find one positive thought. That's the key. You need to find one. Or best is 2 or 3. 3 guys. 3 positive thoughts about the same person that you have 100 thoughts, negative thoughts about. Okay? So you find 1, 2, 3 thoughts. Okay? And know that 1 or 2 or 3 thoughts will bring also their friends. They also have their gang. That means from 1, 2, 3 thoughts, you will come up with 100 positive thoughts, because that's how it works. You gang up together. And then when you have so many positive thoughts gang up together, then the negative thoughts also might become more mild. Okay? So that's how you solve the negative thinking. Okay? By replacing the positive thoughts, but know that also positive thoughts come together, negative thoughts come together. It's not just only 1 or 2 that you're dealing with, you deal with hundreds, and it's very fast. Okay? So, know the power of association of thoughts. Okay? So that's why we wear orange. Here I wear orange all my life. Because association. So I wear orange, I cannot, talk nonsense. I have to behave because I wear orange. Association is the thoughts of light, the thought of wisdom, the thoughts of burning negativities. So that is all associated with this color. So the same, you can do the same at your home. You can put things that remind you of the thoughts, and you associate yourself with it. Okay? And it helps you. Okay? It reminds you of the positive thing. You bring your friends. You have a group of friends always supporting you. This is what you want. Wherever you go, whatever situation, you have a group of friends that always supporting you. Okay? So that's more or less, that's what it is. A few main idea how to keep our mind all the time positive, build up the muscles of the mind, go to the gym every day, build up the muscles. So every day you have to go to the gym and build up the muscles of your mind. So you need to reserve about an hour a day. It's not much. An hour a day, you sit down and you figure out what I'm thinking and how I can change into a better kind of thought. If you cannot do this, you can take books, from a positive teacher, and you read. Every day you read maybe 15 minutes. You read 15 minutes from Swami Sitaramananda books, then you see that even 5 minutes of his book. He wrote 200-300 books, but even 5 minutes of his thought change your mind completely, change your life. See, I open random of this book. He say, be self-disciplined, be simple. See, I just said simple. Be simple and harmonious in thoughts and feelings. You have to understand what that means. Harmonious. When your mind has so tendency to an extreme. Yeah? Your mind has that emotional tendency toward extreme. You need to understand this, how it works. Yeah? It likes to dramatize, it likes to exaggerate, it likes to kill somebody in thoughts 10,000 times, criticize, judgmental. So you cannot do this. You cannot allow the mind to go to this extreme because it kills you. You say their thoughts. No, it kills you. So you need to calm down, harmonize your thoughts. Don't allow your mind to go to this place. Harmonize your thoughts. He said, be harmonious in thoughts and feelings. I mean, think of something always bigger, the bigger group, the bigger picture, and see how everything is nice and good, and don't have to go your way. You don't have to be passionate about something, you see, but you need to be nice and gentle and liking everything. That's called harmonious. So think of harmony. We say peace, but the word peace people don't understand anymore. Yeah. But harmony, I mean everything linked to everything, like a tune, everything in the same tune, like music. Yeah. It has harmony, and then whatever kind of music it has harmony, melody, you like it. But if it's like high tone, high note and then pitch, high pitch and down and up, down, and you feel headache. You see? So we need to find that we are part of members of the same concert. We play our little tone and then we tune. When we play our little note, we tune to somebody else's note. Yeah, it's not about you. The ego say it's about me. Everyone follow my tune. No, there's no your tune or somebody else's tune. You just have to be in harmony with the whatever it is. So be harmonious with in your thoughts and feelings. Okay? So if you have so strong feeling, know that is your problem. Can you eat too strong spicy food? No, you cannot. Your stomach hurt. So you need to make the food spicy, but not so much, so that it can fit everybody. So the same thing, your thoughts can be harmonious, so that it fits everybody. Not to be strong opinionated. Right now it's like this. The whole world is so all opinionated, divided, extreme, love and hate. So that's not what Swami Sitaramananda said. He said, you need to be harmonious in your thoughts, your feeling, your diet, and your dress. Love all, fear none, shake off lethargy, laziness, and fear. See, because lethargy and laziness is a low tone, low vibration. And then you want to get out of that, and then you do something extreme to excite yourself to get out of it. So this is another way how you do this. You solve your problem, but it doesn't solve because the low tone, the high tone, yeah, these are extreme. So you need to do balance. Okay, not allow your mind to go into lethargy, and not allow your mind to go into excitement. Be balanced. Welcome everything. It's okay, everything. Then you don't have the up and down. That is, uh, instead of peace of mind you have pieces of mind. I mean, the mind becomes fragmented in pieces. So Swami Sivananda say, understand the law and the Dharma. Because there is a law of thoughts, law of nature, law of thoughts. Overcome sorrow and conflict through inquiry and reflection. Okay? Through inquiry means self-inquiry. Think about why you think that way. Yeah? And reflection means self-reflection. Yeah? Live the divine life. Be a seeker after truth. Yeah, find the truth within yourself. Always you need to develop the capacity of self-reflection. That means always look at yourself in the mirror. Instead of all the time looking at other people, look at yourself. Move towards freedom, perfection, and eternal bliss. This is what you want. And then Swami Sivananda, very gracious. He has a big body, but he's always very gracious. You can see in his body how he's soft. He's a big body, but he's very soft. His hands, his body is very gracious. Because his thoughts is like that. And he said, be good, do good, self-love, give, purify, meditate. Yeah. Instead of serve me, love me, give to me. This is, he said, this is the religion of Shiva. Shiva means Sivananda, him. This is what he's teaching. Yeah, nothing very complicated. So, selfless love, give, purify. Purify means that's what I'm saying, cleaning your thoughts, and meditate and realize that the truth is within you. Realize that the happiness. William said that when you live here, I mean, when you are at the ashram, it's easy. But when you live here, L-E-A-V-E, then when you go out of the gate, then it's more difficult. Because of we say that because of the vibration of the ashram, because it's a long time, the same thing repeated by many people here, so that create a certain atmosphere that will be conducive and supportive to your practice. And also, you know, the stern discipline here. Yeah. So it's not a day missing, you know, like this. So it's yeah, many people want to do yoga retreats and you know, like this, but they have no idea how it is, how demanding it is. You know, every day the same thing, right? So it's a stern discipline that creates this environment. So if you want to at home, you can do that. You can create, first of all, you create your meditation room that you have, a space that is a sacred space, and then you and an altar that is reminding you what is important, and then you create a routine. You create a daily routine that might not be the same as here, but a daily routine is needed. You know, 1 hour here, 1 hour there, what time you reserve for what. And then you just follow in a comfortable manner, you follow. And it keeps you maintaining your positive thoughts. And time to time you come visit and recharge yourself, renew. Okay? That's the nature of the mind. The mind would, would slow down. It would go back to the old habits. It become more complacent. But then from time to time, you need to renew. Okay? So the ashram now is open for a few months. We are closed here in Vietnam. And then we open, but with a very strict COVID protocol. And now we open more. So then we welcome all of you to come for yoga vacation, 3 days minimum, and take some course. If you are in Vietnam, you can do that. If you are in the U.S., you come to the ashram in Grass Valley. Except Grass Valley, I think is not 100% open. I think there's certain dates because the COVID situation. So you please contact with the ashram, and also we have center in Los Angeles and different centers in different cities. So I think now we slowly will reopen everything. So you need to start back again this yoga discipline, because I hear so many people talk about during the lockdown and everything, they become very depressed because people live, they are not used to not to going to work, not having community. People become depressed, and when they become depressed, it's more difficult to climb up the hill because of the bad habits of the mind to not to fight, but to retreat and then to become tamasic and to become depressed. So you need to climb up the hill for everything like this. You need to climb up the hill, get back to some kind of higher level for yourself. Okay, so welcome everybody to the ashram. Thank you very much for being here. And then we conclude now with the prayer. Yeah, a prayer for peace, health, and liberation for all. Is in your chant sheet. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugamdim Pushtivaranam Urva Kamiva Bandanam Vichua Mukshya Mamritam Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugamdim Pushtivaranam Urva Kamiva Bandanam Vichua Mukshya Mamritam Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugamdim Pushtivaranam Urva Kamiva Bandanam Mukshya Mamritam. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Peace, Peace, Peace. Bingan, Bingan, Bingan. Om Bolo Satguru Shri Sivananda Maharaj Ki Jai. Om Bolo Shri Vishnu Devananda Maharaj Ki Jai.